Welcome to another episode. I think today's going to be a good one. I think I got a lot of interesting things to say. Oh, it's Monday, and it's 9:15, so it's not like that's a big ass pigeon. Holy shit, that's a king pigeon. Uh, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, it's 9:15. I'm not late or nothing. I'm just we're starting at a late time today. And supposed to be out at the job site by 10:15. It's an hour drive, so hey, I got 15 minutes to spare. All the other guys have already taken off. Oh shit, taken off. They're already headed out to the job site, doing fuel. Don't want to do fuel, but here we are. Today's only going to be about a half day doing it, and then tomorrow will be a full day. Unfortunately, tomorrow my son's got his karate ceremony, and I really wanted to go, but it's like I can't miss it. I can't miss work. But I don't know. Maybe work shouldn't ever feel like that. Like, oh, I can't go. I have work. But it's kind of true. So, anyways, grandparents are gonna go. I think it's gonna be fine. Drinking some water for a second. Um, yeah. So that's good. It's gonna suck, but I think it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna celebrate with my son only. I know I also don't. I don't need to sit with the in-laws. Don't really want to do that. Even though they've been good. We went over there Saturday, and I helped my stepdad, which I don't know. We built some stuff. We built some stuff. He wanted to. Well, I helped him get the hose reel for the front yard hooked up and everything. He didn't need help, obviously. He does not need help to do any of this. But we were there, and I didn't want to go inside and sit on the couch while he's out there doing stuff. So I was like, oh, yeah. And I was like, hey, I'll help you out. This dude, I don't know. I thought he knew how to, he does know how to use tools. He has a bunch of tools. He's a master mechanic. When I say master mechanic, I mean he has worked his way up, through the military and then into uh, diesel technician stuff. And now he is running the shop. So he knows what he's doing with diesels and stuff. But yeah, just with the carpentry, because he wanted to build a little rack out back, or like basically a pallet is what we built. We built a pallet out of 2x4s, and he kept calling a 2x8 a 2x4. And I thought that was interesting. And then but yeah, he didn't. He made all the. I let he. Well, I didn't let. He was making all the cuts and stuff, and they're all fucking crooked. And then I'm like, hey, let me stand, because we were trying to bolt it all together, and then he used some weird. I don't know. He used a ratchet strap to go all the way around, and I was like, that's weird. That's really weird. You should just square it up, screw it, and then square up the other one and screw it, and then you only have one more board to just. I don't know. He didn't. I didn't like. I didn't. If I was running a job site and this guy came out to do carpentry for me, I'd teach him a little bit, show him a little bit better ways to do it. And then it was all crooked as fuck, because I was like, hey, you should use this board because the other end is super twisted. And he's like, no, I like this one better. I'm like, the other one doesn't have a big knot on the end of it either. And he's like, no, I like this. I'm like, okay. He's like, it'll be fine. I'm like, all right. And then I'm trying to stand on it while he's screwing everything together. He's like, that's not going to make a difference. I was like, yeah, well. I'm like, if you screw it together with me standing on it, it's not going to be completely flat because we had it on the garage floor at this point in time. But it'll be more square. And he's like, no, hop off there. I'm like, okay. And then they just have this fucking giant teeter-totter pallet. Whatever. And we go in his backyard, and he just nails it. Well, he's got one of those 22 nailers or whatever. I don't see. I'm not a carpenter, so I don't know stuff, and I also don't like. I know how to use tools, but he's got the little thing. He's got like the little 22 shell, and then you hammer it, and then it shoots a nail into concrete. He uses a couple of those to nail it to his foundation. I was like, this is not going to last. I mean, surprisingly, it was holding a lot more than I thought it would, but I was like, this thing's not going to last. Now your foundation's going to start cracking where you put these nails in there. But whatever, it's fine. It's his house. He wanted it to be done that way. He can have it done that way. But yeah, none of his cuts were straight. And I was like marking the line, and I was putting an X on the side that we weren't going to be using. And he was cutting on the wrong side of the line. I was like, hey, yeah, don't cut on, you need to cut on the X side of the line, because that's where I measured to. So that line is exactly at 30 inches. And you're cutting on the good side of the line. So now he had measured a couple, and I had measured a couple, and he cut his properly, but he cut the ones I did wrong. So now it's like, it's not even square. I'm like, God damn it. God damn it. Whatever. But he did say, he was like, man, I cut these fucking crooked as shit. I was like, yeah. Because he was looking at the blade. He wasn't looking at the mark on the front end of the circular saw. He was looking at the blade, and he had his head off to the side looking at it, and I'm like, no. And you could hear him twisting the saw at mid-cut, and I'm like, no. Whatever, man. He's like, I don't give a shit how it looks. I'm like, okay, good, because it does not look good. But yeah, I had a good time, good bonding time with my stepdad. I like my stepdad a lot. He's fucking cool. He's into guns. He's got a boat. He's an outdoorsman. He likes fucking cool movies and shit. He's a Marine. He's fucking badass. It's his other half, my wife's mother, that I'm just like, not. I keep saying stepdad. My father-in-law. God damn it. That curse is never going to leave me. I get those wrong all the time. My father-in-law. It's a cool-ass dude. But yeah, just like, I'm like, I don't want his wife coming out. Are you learning something? I'm learning how to not cut boards. I'm learning how to make a not square pallet. I'm learning how to ruin my foundation. No, I'm not learning anything here. This is not, I mean, just because I don't build a bunch of shit all the time doesn't mean I don't have a little bit of common sense. I mean, obviously my buddy Luke, he builds shit all the fucking time. So anytime I ever have any project, I always get his input, because he's been through it all. He knows how to build anything and everything. And I have a basic idea of how to build shit, and I'm also a fucking junker. So I have a bunch of random shit laid around that I cobble together to build shit sometimes. But yeah, I don't like build things to be perfect, because I'm not a perfect person. And I like things to be a little crooked, you know? I like things to be a little bit crooked. But not as crooked as that fucking pallet. It was wobbly and unsquare. And then I was like, hey, you want to... Because he was trying to measure out the boards to go across the top. And then he's like, no, I want to leave some gaps. And he's got big, like, 3.5-inch gaps. I was like... I almost thought that was my grandpa for a second. I swear, my grandpa has a truck just like that. I saw him this weekend also. Um, no, that was Saturday afternoon-ish. And then me and my wife, and the kids, we started driving around. Oh, we went to a graduation party. And that's when we got invited over to the in-laws. But graduation party was cool. Not a whole lot going on. Kids had a good time. Lots of snacks and shit. Um, my wife made biscuits and gravy, and I'm like, babe, I don't know what you did to this gravy, but do it again, because this is the best fucking biscuits and gravy I've probably ever fucking had. Holy shit, this gravy was so goddamn good. I'm like, what did you do different? She's like, I don't know. I'm like, I think you cooked the sausage a little bit longer, because usually I don't know, I guess you don't want to cook the sausage like all the way because it's still going to cook in the gravy, but you want to get the crispiness of the sausage and then dump it into the gravy, and then it's just like little crunchies throughout your gravy. And I don't, maybe that's not for everybody, but for me, that was fucking amazing. I was very happy with my breakfast. Um, what else? What else was going on? Oh, Saturday morning, Friday night, I got a text from my uncle saying, hey, who wants to go out riding? I said, I do. And my brother said, I do. And I said, perfect. And we tried to get Grandpa involved also, but Grandpa said, I can't go. And I don't know. He just said, I can't go. I'm like, all right. Like all caps and everything. I don't know. He's not much of a texter. But he said, I can't go. And so we just met up at my uncle's house at 8 a.m. on Saturday morning. I was so excited. I was up at 6 a.m. I don't know why, but I woke up at 6 a.m. And I was pretty tired, but I just could not go back to sleep. I was just so excited to go out riding. I got my new phone mount on the bike. I got the bike into a lot better. It looks a lot better than last time my uncle had seen it, I think. I just took the graphics off and I rerouted some wiring, and then changed out the front fender and painted some stuff. So I don't know. It looks totally different than what he remembered. But yeah, rode over to his house, took highways all the way there to get there as quickly as I could. Sat around with him for a little bit. Then my brother showed up, and we sat around talking about bikes for a while, which doesn't get better than that. Sitting around talking about bikes. And then he's like, all right, let's go ride. And he showed me some of his trails, because he's got some trails in places you wouldn't expect trails to be. But he's like, yeah, I got trails over there. I got trails over here. He's like, I took the quad over there, and it's like out along the highway. I'm like, are you ever worried about getting like cops? He's like, nah, they ain't gonna come in there and chase me down. He's like, I do it all the time. I'm like, okay. So now I might try to go hit up some of them trails, because they're not far from my work. He doesn't live too far from where I work. So I'm like, shit, I might try to go hit up some of them fucking trails. But later on in the ride, I realized that might not be a good idea. But I did tell him, I was like, and I'm excited to ride with you, like super excited to ride with you. I feel like you're gonna push me past my limit. He's like, no, I'm not gonna. Not on bikes. He's like, no, you can get hurt too easy on bikes and stuff. I won't push you hard at all. And he also gave me some tips and tricks on just how my bike is set up and stuff. I let him ride around on it, so it's really set up a lot how my grandpa had it set up, and he had a lot of input on that also. But I don't know. He's like, your shifter is a lot way too low, so I'm gonna raise my shifter up. I just haven't done it yet. I could have done it there, I guess. But and then I was like, hey, do you have any vent tubing? He's like, yeah. I was like, can I have some? He's like, yeah. He's like, how much you need? I was like, I don't know, like 2 foot, 2.5 foot. He's like, oh damn, what do you need all that vent tubing for? I was like, I need a spitter, man. He's like, a spitter? It's like, yeah, like when I'm riding the bike and I get up to a stoplight, I don't want to spit in my fucking helmet again, okay? Because I've spit in my helmet before, and I don't like doing that. But I'm gonna chew. I'm going to chew. There's no, oh, would you take a dip out while you're right? No, I'm not doing that. I dip all the fucking time. I'm not gonna stop dipping because I'm riding the bike. I was swallowing it, which is not good. It really makes my tummy not good if I swallow too much dip. So I try not to, but I try to just stop at a gas station, fucking quickly spit some shit out, and then get going. But I was like, if you got vent tubing, I can rig something up. And I was like, yeah, got a couple of zip ties and vent tubing. So I got it set up, and it works fucking amazing. I might change it up a little bit, but for what I needed, that was fucking perfect. So you get up to a stoplight or stop sign or whatever, pop your visor up, stick the tube in, spit through it, blow. You got to blow a bunch, and then you coil that up back underneath the number plate, and it spits it out right beside the front fork. Perfect. I'm like, this is better than I could have imagined it being. And it's all hidden up and everything. Now, the only thing I might want to do is probably get some, instead of clear vent tubing, I need to get some different vent tubing, because that looks fucking disgusting already just from a couple of rides. But it is very convenient. I'm like, this is what I need. So anyways, yeah, we just did a bunch of rides, and he's got he's just got a route that he takes all the time. When he's bored in his car and he wants to take his car out for a little rip, he's got a little like track set up. It's very like there's never anybody out there. There's parking lots and corners and all kinds of shit, and he just goes out there and rips around and has a great time. And I'm like, damn, this is fucking awesome. So, we took the bikes on this route, and then we pull up, we go to a gas station, and he's like, I don't know where we're going. He's like, let's just head to the West Bottoms, which is a popular spot out here in Kansas City. It's like old buildings and rundown roads and shit. There's no patrolling or anything going on down there. There's a lot of bad shit that does go on down there. A lot of hobos around. But I actually didn't see any hobos, but I know you can tell they're there. You know, there's piles of shit and there's fucking needles and stuff. You know they're there. But yeah, we just had a great time. We got a couple of pictures and stuff riding around, and then we end up going over an abandoned bridge. I mean, the bridge is fine. It's just got like big concrete blocks to keep cars from going over it. But you can fit a dirt bike through there easy, and bicycles and stuff, and people do take those through there. But we end up riding down over this bridge. We get to the other side, and it turns out that it's one of our job sites that I've worked on. Actually, I don't know if I've worked on this particular one, but the people that work on this job site, hey, I know them, kind of. And there's all kinds of dirt roads and paths and stuff, and it's along the river, so it's really fucking cool. And there's a group of Harleys riding by. I ended up driving down into the job site on my dirt bike. So my uncle has a Suzuki 650 street bike. My brother has a Suzuki 600. So, and his is really lowered. My brother's is. And my uncle's it's more of a stunt bike, is what it looks like. It's a little beat up, but it's still cool, and it sounds fucking awesome. But yeah, we just had a great time. Went down in the job site, and I got a couple of videos of me going down in the job site, but it was a lot of sand and shit. A lot of sand and shit. I got so many fucking notifications here. Sand and dust like built up. Like it was like 6 to 8 inches of just like powder is what it seemed like. I was riding it, and those tires are not good for that. But I took it down along the dirt gravel road, and then it came up to like a sidewalk type thing, and I took that down towards the river and did a U-turn, and then there was a fucking mud hole that it was unavoidable. I couldn't not hit the mud hole, and I kind of wanted to hit the mud hole too. So I fucking ripped through that fucking thing, and yeah, those tires are just spinning through it. So not great for that. I thought I was gonna get have to start pushing, but luckily I made it through, and then I get through the other side, and that's where all the dust and sand and shit was, where I almost dropped it because just flipped the throttle and it just fucking kicks the ass end around. I was like, damn. But I had a great time. Got back up on the bridge, and then we did some more riding. Went over to my brother's house. The windshield that I have for the motorcycle, I thought I had it in my truck, but I looked for it a couple of times and I could not find it. So I asked my brother, I was like, hey, did I ever grab that windshield from your house? He's like, no. I was like, oh, well, let's go to your house. I want to install it. I want to try it out. So rode over to his house, took some side roads, and there was a couple of incidents where there was a truck that lost a trailer. Not a truck. It was like an SUV that had a little trailer and lost the trailer in front of us. But it was far enough up we could get around, but other traffic was trying to get around it too. And I was like, oh shit, this could be a bad situation. And then, yeah, there's somebody backing out of ended up going downtown Kansas City, and there's some people backing out those one-way roads and shit, and it's just like, oh shit, people, yeah, they don't fucking see us. But, yeah, had a lot of fun riding. Got over to my brother's house, put the windshield on, and I was like, the windshield actually doesn't look all that bad, I was thinking it was going to look a lot worse. I guess it looks all right. Put it on, and then my brother had to take off. He had his girlfriend stuff he had to go do. I'm like, this girl's really putting a damper on everything, man. I'll tell you what. But I understand it. It's okay. So he had to take off. Luckily, we were at his house, so he could just go home. He was already at home. And then me and my uncle, he's like, well, how much longer you got? I was like, I got like an hour. Then I got stuff I got to go do at that graduation party. And he's like, okay, well, I'm going to head up to Grandpa's house and see what the hell he's doing, because it's weird for him to deny a ride. And I was like, I'll go with you. He's like, you just going to go out there and then head back home? I'm like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'll go up there and say hi. Go up there and say hi and everything. So we ride over there. My uncle, this is where he was riding really easy with my brother and I. Once he got just with me, he was off to the races. And he was like, let's take highway there. I'm like, okay. And he was gone. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And I also didn't have the address for my grandpa's house. He knows it by heart because he goes there all the time. I'm like, I don't know where. I know the area that I'm going. I don't know exactly where his house is, though. So we're riding up, and then I see he bumps all the way over to the fast lane, so I bump over the fast lane. By the time I get to the fast lane, I look over, and he's on the exit. I'm like, oh, fuck. And also, this windshield is not good. It is scooping all the air right to my face. I'm like, this is way worse. So instead of my head just wobbling a little bit, now my face shield is vibrating, and it's making everything fuzzy. And maybe my head is shaking too, but everything is just blurry because the wind is just blowing right into my fucking face. I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. So I get over to I end up pulling over, texting my wife. She's like, what the hell? You got to be home in a little bit. Why the hell are you going all the way out there? I'm like, because I want to, okay, lady? Want to. She's like, you need to be here by this time. I'm like, fuck, maybe I'll be late. Whoopsies. Going to see my grandpa. So, anyways, I get the address to go over see him. And he's like, oh, I didn't think you guys were riding today. We're like, what are you talking about? You said you couldn't ride. He's like, I thought you guys were talking about tomorrow. I thought you were asking for a different ride today. And he's like, no, no, we're not riding tomorrow. We're just riding today. He's like, oh, well, damn, I would have came. We're like, I don't know. He's just making up excuses. But he was trying to do some work to his house. And so it's a good thing we showed up because he had his ladder out and everything. And we're like, what the hell are you doing up on the ladder? He's like, I got to put caulking up around my half moon window and blah, blah, blah. I was like, no. And then my uncle was like, I'm going to take care of it. And I was like, well, I can't stick around. I got to go. So hung out with him for a little bit, talked a little bit. And also last time I took the bike up to see him, I only had 80% of one sticker removed. So the bike really looked like shit. I didn't get enough time to remove the whole sticker off of one side, especially both sides. So he's like, oh, you're taking the graphics off? I'm like, yeah, I know, it looks like shit right now. And it still had all the sticky shit on it and everything. It looked fucking horrible. So I was embarrassed to see, and I really wanted to show him, hey, listen, I'm taking care of the bike. Like now the tank is bright white on both sides. It's good. I'm not fucking your bike up. I'm not spray bombing it or whatever. And I call it his bike because it's always going to be Grandpa's bike. But yeah, he just lights up when he sees it. So it's really cool for him to see it. I want to go out for a ride with him, and I'll be like, hey, I'm going to take your scooter. You're going to take this bike. I want you to ride this as much as you possibly can. Even though I really enjoyed riding the bike. Oh, that's also the thing. We ended up. They got a bunch of flags on the bridge here. They're doing a big ride today. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. You'd almost think today's Memorial Day. That's next week. Um, so, anyways, whenever we were route riding, we get underneath the bridge and we stop, we take pictures, we talk a little bit, because we're only riding for like 10, 15 minutes, and then we stop, and then 10, 15 minutes we stop. We're not doing like long ride things. But my uncle was yelling at me while we were riding. He's like, I'd rather be on that than on this. He's like, that's way more fun down here riding around the town and shit. I was like, oh, okay. So when we pulled over, I was like, hey, let's trade. I'll ride your 650 or I'll ride your Suzuki street bike, and you can ride this. He's like, oh, I mean, I guess so. I'm like, yeah, ride it. Tell me if there's any, because he hasn't rode it yet. He was just looking at it, and I'm like, yeah, ride it. Tell me if there's anything weird going on with it, or if there's any other settings you would change about it, or anything. Make it better for me. I need your input, and the only way you're going to get real input is if you hop on it. And I trust him and all. I mean, he's a semi-pro motocross rider. I know it sounds fake, but no, he's actually got a number, jersey, all the gear, and he goes out and he does races, and he does very well especially for his age group, but he does very well. Because he's 50s. Oh, shit, I think he's 60 now. He's an old ass man, but he does not look that old at all. He looks like late 40s. Even late 40s sounds a little like it would look old, but no, I don't know. He's cool as fuck. He's very fit, and he's got his shit together. And he's already retired from the elevator union, so he's really smart too. Anyways, my uncle's fucking badass. My mom's brother. Yeah, he was talking about his ex-wife. He's like, yeah, my ex-wife, whenever we were together, I was out riding with the boys quite often, and she came up to me and she's like, if you had to pick one, which would you pick, me or your bike? And my bike? That's not even a question. And then they got divorced. I don't know how soon the divorce happened after that, but he's like, no, this is what I've always been into. You're not, if I'm going to be with somebody, no matter how great they are, if they're going to deny me to do what I want to do with my life, then that's no life for me to live. And I'm like, yeah, all right. Yeah, and I guess it is a good thing he got rid of her. And then he's been dating this woman that he's with now. She's awesome, by the way. And he's been dating her for 10 years. And my grandpa he's like, you need to make an honest woman out of her. He's like, you want me to ruin what we got? He's like, no, I want you to make it better. He's like, no, I'm never getting married again. He's like, everything works really well the way we've been doing it for the last 10 years. Why change it? I'm like, I respect that. But no, me and my wife, we got married. Going on 10 years this year, and I love it. I love my wife. I like the way things are going. Things are going well. We get bickering back and forth here every now and again, and I know some of it bleeds through onto the podcast. But honestly, she is my woman. That's my woman, and I love her completely. And I bought a motorcycle. I've been riding a motorcycle, so like, I still get to do what I want to do. Marriage does not have to be shit. Marriage can be great. I've got two wonderful children. She's a stay-at-home mom. She takes care of us. She makes amazing biscuits and gravy this last time. I'll tell you that right now. And I get to go out and ride, and I've got a 92, a 79, and a fucking dirt bike. I mean, I've got the perfect fucking fleet of vehicles. They all need work. But no, the bike doesn't really need work. But I've got it all. Right now things are really well. I think I'm hoping the future only gets better, but I think I'm going to look back on this year and say that was a great fucking year. That's when things started to really get, I was happy with almost everything was then. If this person fucking pulls over, I'm going to flip out. There's a lot of bikes out on the road right now. There's a dual sport. Why are you hitting your brakes? There's a giant ride going on right now. And this person in front of me just wants to go slow as fuck. Oh, now they want to go fast. Now they want to go fast. It's a Porsche SUV. We got down to 65, and now I'm doing 75, and they're fucking still ahead of me. I'm going to flip out. I'm going to flip out on this Porsche. God damn. They have a police escort for some of these riders here. Not all of them. I guess some of them, raced up ahead. But that was a police escort for riders, and maybe that's the tail end of it. But when we're on I-70, there's a giant wall in between the fucking highway, and this person was slowing way down and about to pull over on the side of the road because the police escort on the other side is like, hey, you're dealing with the tanker behind you right now, okay? Quit being dumb on the road. Yeah, so went over to my grandpa's, then I turned around and headed back home. I took the windshield off and I left it at my grandpa. I was like, hey, you can have this. He's like, I don't want it. I was like, throw it in the trash. He's like, no, I ain't gonna throw it in the trash. I'm like, all right, well, just hold on to it, and next time I come up here and I have a way to transport it back with me, I'll come grab it. And so he's like, all right. He's like, yeah, I didn't like that windshield either. I'm like, yeah. Windshield is not good. Um, so yeah, I went back home and then we got ready and we took off. Sunday. So I wasn't ticked off, but I was a little upset that I wasn't able to go out and work on the the trucks or anything on Saturday. I was like, yeah, I mean, we'll go to the graduation, and then it turned into going over to the in-laws, and then all the, and then I was like, she's like, well, it's only 2 o'clock. I'm like, yeah, but we're heading over to your in-laws at 2 o'clock. You think we're gonna just be over there for an hour? We're gonna be over there for a while, and then it's gonna be dark, and then I'm not gonna have time to do shit at home, really. But I did have, I guess I didn't have time to do that stuff, but I was able to. What is this Porsche doing? Can you not, you ain't got cruise control? Come on now. I played video games for a little bit, an hour or two. First, I turned on PlayStation and cranked up the Grand Theft Auto because there is a dirt bike that looks a lot like my bike on Grand Theft Auto, and I knew I had bought it, but it turns out it was the last vehicle I used on the game too. I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I ended up selling some stuff so I could modify it on Grand Theft Auto Online. I also had to buy Grand Theft Auto Online bullshit again. $10. Like, I just want to play a video game where you can ride motorcycles. I don't right now. I don't have any video games other than Grand Theft Auto that involve motorcycles and stuff that have good physics. And Grand Theft Auto does not have good physics at all. But I was like, oh, let me try it out. I had a good time, but my son was like, let me play. The whole time I was like, brother, I just got into the game finally. You know, after getting all the shit set up and getting the updates done and bullshit. I'm like, damn it. All right, here you go. You can have it. And I went over. I played Motor Town. Um, didn't do a lot on Motor Town. Sorry, burping. Didn't play a whole bunch of Motor Town, but I did play it and I had a good time. Glad I did it. I want to get it back on there again, but it's like, man, this is just hours of my life on this video game. I want to do it, but it's like, man, I got to spend my time wisely. And that brings me to another point. I'm going to keep the Facebook page. It's going to be there. It's going to be alive, and there's going to still be links to it. But I think I'm going to delete. I mean, and this is just me. You know, I'm not trying to be any righteous fucking person here or nothing. But I think I'm going to delete the app off of my phone because I spend way too much fucking time on this shit. The reels, and it's like whenever I get to the job site today and I got time to sit around, I think I'm gonna try to figure out if I can disable reels on YouTube, because I'll do the same thing on YouTube. I still want to be able to watch YouTube videos, but the reels, I don't get shit out of the reels. They are just a time suck. I just sit there, scroll, 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 and it's addicting. It shouldn't be, but it is. And the Facebook is the worst one because I'm sitting there fucking scroll. Now I got other stuff on there that I like to see and stuff, but it's like none of this is worth my time, really. If I want to get on Facebook, I don't need to get on Facebook. There's nothing on there. I don't have any friends, and I don't want any friends. It's been kind of hard to keep it that way, but you know, because I got people like, oh yeah, I sent you a friend request. It's like I'm not doing any friends on Facebook. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm not. I have 0 friends on Facebook. I think I had one friend, and it was my other account. That was it, and just so I could go from account to account pretty quickly. Um, but then I ended up deleting that. So, I mean, not that I was, especially for the podcast, I wasn't real active on Facebook for anything, anyways. But um, I don't know. Facebook is nice to have, but if it's got unless I can disable the reels. Well, I no, because I sit there and scroll the fucking feed also, and there's no way to disable the reels. So, I mean, there might be a way to disable the doom scroll reel. That's what maybe that's what, I don't know. But so I want to do some changes in my, things are going really well. I need to make things a little bit worse. Not worse, but I need a little bit more adversary in my life. I think that's the word to use. All right, tanker. We'll see me and another tanker are fighting for first place in a losing race. But we're headed uphill, and I am empty, so I think I'm going to beat him. And you're also running into a box truck, so sorry about that. I didn't want things to be this way, tanker, but here we are. Um, yeah, I just been, I don't know, I go home and I sit on the couch, and I do want to sit on the couch, and I'll probably still turn on, YouTube on the TV. I don't get reels on the TV. I mean, they're there, but it's not, you have to click the button on the remote the whole time, so I don't do that. But I use it for my, regular shows and entertainment and stuff. So I don't know. I want to change my life a little bit and quit spending so much time playing on phones. I don't think it's good for the kids. It's not good for me. Um, not good for my marriage. Even though she sits there and plays on her shit all the time, it's okay. I'm not trying to get her to change, with me or anything. But I'm like, I want to delete this shit. And then, I mean, all these thoughts came after what my son said to me. So my son, for the past few weeks, he's been talking about gyms. He's like, is there a gym? Have you ever been to a gym before? I'm like, yeah, I've been to a gym. He's like, oh, you should go to a gym again. I'm like, okay. And this was, just like little comments here and there. And then last night, I'm standing there in my basketball shorts, putting him to bed. And he's like, Dad, I wish there was a gym, like, next door. Like, right next to our house, so you could go there. I'm like, why do you want me to go to the gym so much? He's like, well, you're probably not going to like what I'm going to say. I'm like, oh, it's okay, you could say it. What do you got? He's like, I just want all the chunky off of you. And my heart ripped. My heart, I mean, maybe it's the cholesterol or something going on, but my heart fucking ripped in half. And I was like, okay. I'll, son, I can lose the chunk, and I don't have to go to a gym. But if you've been bringing this up for the last week or so, I'll lose the weight. So, sorry, choking me up right now. I said, I'll do it. I'll do it for you. And maybe that's all I needed was for my son to say, I don't want a fat dad, And he didn't say it like that. He was very respectful, especially for a 6-year-old. He was able to give me his concerns in a positive manner. He's like, I don't want you to have all the chunk anymore. And I'm like, I get it. You don't want to have a fat dad. Because I'm trying to think of any other fat people around us. Now, me and Luke might be around the same size. I'm definitely bigger than Luke, but we are both we're twins. Me and Luke were separated at birth at some point in time. We're twins. but I'm bigger. I'm way bigger than he is, and I need to do something. And also looking at the videos that were taken of me riding around with my uncle, I was like, God damn! I was wearing a hoodie, so I was like, oh, I feel slim in the hoodie. No, I look like a giant blueberry fucking on a fucking dirt bike. And the dirt bike also is lowered because my grandpa had it lowered, and the suspension is also very soft. So my uncle got on it, and he's young, not young, he's fit. He got on the dirt bike, and I watched him take off, and I was like, God damn, that thing looks like it's fucking bottomed out. I'm like, I can only imagine what it looks like when I'm riding it. I'm like, that looks fucking horrible. So, first, I'm gonna raise up the dirt bike. I'm gonna unlower the dirt bike because I can stand on my tippy toes. It's fine. I can do that. But I was like, I can only imagine what I look like riding around on that fucking thing if he looks like that riding on it. I'm like, God damn. So I'm at least 60 pounds heavier than he is. I don't think he's over 200. And right now, I think I'm right at like 270. I think it dips between 269 and 271. I don't know. And I might be lying to myself a little bit. It might be higher than that. I'm not sure. I don't really get on the scale all that often. But my son came up to me and told me I'm fat in a positive way. Not positive that I'm fat, positive that the way he's like, I don't want you to be fat anymore, and I need to do something about it. So I'm going to do something about it. And I know this, I've been lying to myself for a while now about everything. And I've been also saying to myself, I'm like, okay, the most I got down to was like 259, 256, I think I actually hit. And now I'm back up, but I'm not up to 280. So I'm doing all right. And that's what I've been saying to myself this whole time. So I've been eating like a fucking hog, a slop hog, eating all kinds of bullshit. So much bullshit. I need to slow it down, and I need to start doing some stuff for my son. So one way for me to do that is getting rid of the doom scrolling, sitting around doing not shit. Also, I changed the backgrounds on my phone. And so right now, my lock screen says, it's a picture of my kids on the dirt bike, and it says, "We need you." I know, it's kind of fucking queer, but, and then my home screen says, "Bet you won't," and it's a picture of our family. It's just a way for me, because I'm going to look at my phone, and my phone has had the same, lock screens or screens forever, that now every time I open up my phone, it's going to look like a different phone, and and it's got the text on there, and I'm hoping that I can overcome some of this bullshit that I'm doing in my life. So every time I grab my phone, I'm gonna see my son saying, "I don't want a fat dad," and I hope it fucking works. I mean, it's got to work, because I don't want to be a fat guy, and I am. In my mind, I'm not. That's the horrible thing about it, is in my mind, I'm like, I'm not that bad. It is that bad. And I need to do something about it. So I am here again with you guys, saying that I'm going to be starting a diet. And I'm going to do something. I'm going to try something. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. Now, I don't want to end there. So Sunday, woke up, and I did a lot of yard work. Probably didn't go out there till almost noon though, so I kind of hung around the house. We bought the Minecraft movie for my son. Whew. He still hadn't seen it yet. My fault. And he really hadn't been talking about seeing it, but then lately he's been like, I want to see the Minecraft movie. I'm like, okay. And so we finally got it. We bought it. $26. Jeez. Jeez Louise. But I was trying to justify it. Like, if we went to the movie theater, we would have spent way more than that. And now we're going to own it. So, whatever. So we bought it because it was $20 to rent, $25 to own it. It's like, okay. I'm not going to let $5, they know how to do it. They fucking got us. So we watched the Minecraft movie. I probably didn't really watch the Minecraft movie because this was all Sunday night when my son had all this talk with me, and I really want to make a change in my life. Before Sunday, I was still the same fat fucking idiot. So I was probably playing on my phone all morning, and then noon. But I guess I feel good about what I did after that because I went out and I took the dirt bike out and I went to my tea store, picked up a jug of tea, strapped it to the bike, and then I stopped by. I got filled up, and then I stopped by the. All right, do you not know how to fucking drive? Jesus Christ, this fucking guy. And he's got a football field to get on the fucking road, all from his on ramp, and he slows down. I also was letting off, but he was how was I supposed to expect he wanted to get behind me? I don't understand people. They're fucking dumb. So yeah, I did a bunch of yard work. I stopped by the auto parts store, got some 2-cycle oil because I didn't have any, and I have a couple of weed eaters, and I took them out. And my one neighbor, me and him attacked the vines on one of our fences before. Because he put a new little shed shop up, and then he was like, "Hey man, these vines are going crazy. I can trim my side, but I think it'd be nice if you would trim your side also, so we could knock all these vines down all at once." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." That was a while back. So, anyways, I got my weed eater going, and I went over and I attacked this fucking vine thing. So now he can attack his side whenever he gets the time, which is going to be every fucking day. He mows every day, or he's out there doing yard work every day. He's retired, and he just loves his yard. So, anyways, and I mowed, I weed eated, I mowed the back. Then my weed eater quit running, like it just like quit running. It just like meow. I thought it locked up, but it didn't. I could still pull it. It fouled the plug, so I don't know. I guess I'm a little misinformed on my 2-stroke ability, but I mixed up 50-1 2-stroke oil, 2-stroke gas, and I'm wondering if that's either too much or not enough. I don't know, but I pulled the plug out and it was soaking wet. It was fouled out, so I took some sandpaper to it and put it back in, and I got it to fire up and run, and it was doing a good job. And then it did it again, so I don't know. Maybe I mixed the fuel it's too oily, maybe? I don't know. But went around weed-eated everything. I only saw a few snakes, and they were all in the front yard. There were 2 little babies up against my house next to my air conditioning unit. And there's a big one up front next to the front door. I'm not telling nobody about that one. It ended up running off, but I hadn't. My house doesn't look great. I have not weed eated up until this point this year. So the weeds have been growing up, but it hasn't looked horrible. I keep the yard mowed and everything, but um, we have like a little rock wall in our front yard, and it's just a pain in the fucking ass. I need to get rid of it. But anyway, and it's attracting a lot of animals and shit. So I weeded all that, and then I got my chainsaw back from my stepdad. I'm not lying. It's my stepdad. I let him borrow not my father-in-law. My stepdad had my chainsaw for a while. I eventually got it back from him, and I took it out and I started chopping down these little saplings and trees and bullshit that's growing up alongside my house. And it turned into a big ass project. I was out there forever. I was out there until almost 7 o'clock at night, fucking chopping down trees and weed eating and mowing. And I got the yard looking really good. The weed eater it crapped out again, and I didn't feel like fixing it for the third time, so I just fucking left it. Said whatever, it'll be fine. Alright, I'm not late at all because they don't have. Oh, never mind. What the fuck is going on here? Not sure what the hell's going on out here. They don't have everything the way they said they would have it by 10:30. So I guess it's only 10:15. But let's see. Yeah, I just did a bunch of yard work. I got my fire pit ready to go. I'm gonna let the shit die a little bit before I light it up. Uh, but yeah, I want to get that. I need to do a lot of yard work, and I was able to get quite a bit uh, cleaned up that I hadn't got cleaned up in a while. So the yard is looking better than it ever has, and we also have a tick problem. If I let the grass get too long, we have a pretty good tick problem. So 'cause we have like wooded area next to our house, and well, not just next to our house, like a third of my yard is wooded. There's only like 3 trees, but it's bad back there, and I have not been back there to clean that up. I think the only time I've ever cleaned it up was like 5 years ago. So it's bad. I need to go up there. I've been thinking about borrowing some equipment from the shop to take up there and um, drag that shit down with a mini excavator or a skid steer or something. Because it's not going to be something I can. I mean, I could do it, but it's like every time I clean up one little section of it, by the time I get to the next section, the first section's already grown back. There's a lot of vines. A lot of vines. Not cool. Do not like vines at all. So, I mean, they're on both sides of my fences and they were along the side of my house, but I took care of part of that. Cleaned my AC unit out. It was packed full of, just like the dandelion shit. So I hosed that out, got it looking really, really nice. The AC unit's working good now. I mean, it's been working fine, but yeah, just had a very good weekend. Got to spend time with some people and do a little bit of riding and everything. And then I drove the truck today because it's supposed to rain like all day long. So I drove the truck, and yeah, it started fucking up on me again today. It'll drive, but I don't know. It's weird. If you just give it too much throttle at too much of a, I don't know. I guess it's got to be the fuel filter, but I thought it was doing this before I did the fuel filter. So I'm not sure, but I'm guessing it's the fuel filter. Need to get it replaced. I don't know. I don't know how it could do that, but I mean, it just started after I replaced the plugs and wires and stuff. Or no, it was, I don't know. I'm all lost. I haven't drove the truck for 2.5 weeks, or not 2.5 weeks, 1.5 weeks. So I've been riding the bike every single day, and it's been nice. I've been leaving my work bag at work. Been pretty cool. But I had to drive the truck today. I do like the truck. I like to ride in it. I like to have a spitter right there. I like to be able to rub my eyes and my face and mess on my phone. Well, not really mess on my phone, but if I need to do something on my phone, it's right there. Riding the bike, you are riding the bike. You're not doing anything else. So I do like the bike. I like it a lot. I like having music though too. I don't know if I want to do that and try to figure out how to get music on the bike. Not sure yet. I like to be able to just hear it. But anyways, that's gonna do it for today. I mean, this was I think it was an eventful episode. So keep all 18 down. Adios, and we'll talk to you later. Bye bye.